playing over a neo-soul backing track in key of E minor. And what I thought I'd do tonight is just take an idea, use something that we all know really well, and that is our good old minor, E minor pentatonic scale form. And, you know, I want to talk a little bit about the things you can do to, you know, make that a little bit more interesting and make it more musical sounding. So one of the things I was doing, what's really cool, is if you add in what is the second note of the scale in the key of E minor, that would be F sharp. So if I take my regular minor pentatonic scale and just add that F sharp in, so in the case where it would be in this form, in this position here at the 12th fret, it would be at the 14th fret of the low E, then it would be at the 11th fret of the G string, and then it would also be at the 14th fret of the high E. So now I'm just going to play my normal minor pentatonic scale that we all know and overuse and abuse, right? I'm going to add that F sharp in. Right? So I just added that one note in. And that 9 is it's just a really cool, you know, sound. So imagine I played an E minor and I added the 9 in with my pinky. I could do it up here, the F sharp regular E minor chord, and the F sharp would be at the 2nd fret of the high E. So see how cool that sounds? I could even do it like here. So what I did was kind of using like an E minor arpeggio here. And then that's E minor 7, that's the root, the flat 3, the 5, and the flat 7. Then I slid, you hear that in jazz a lot. So I'm not going right to the 9 like that, I'm actually sliding into the 9 and just gives it, and then I even hit, I think, so I even came back right down the scale. And then I hit the 5th degree here, B note there, and then I slid into it. So basically chord tones of the main key we're in here of E minor. So all these chords. You know, I can slide into all these notes. So even that alone just makes things sound a little bit more hip and interesting, right? My blues note, so I love that sound when you just kind of like, so that these moves here like these, hear that? I practice this stuff. So I'm really looking to get that. It's a very deliberate and quick sound, you know, it's tricky, right? So hear how I'm just kind of grooving to that. I'm still kind of feeling that track in hearing that track in my head to keep that groove going. Okay, let's look at it another spot. Now remember, again, just to quick recap again, I'm just adding the 2nd degree, or the 9, 2 or 9 of the E minor scale at F sharp. I'm adding that note into what I already know of the minor pentatonic. Now I'm going to come to my A minor shaped E minor chord, so that minor pentatonic position. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to figure out where is the 2, where is the F sharp, right? Okay, so first string, the low E, is the same as your normal pentatonic. So, but then here it is at the 9th fret of the A string, the F sharp, and I still play the G note here because that's a part of the E minor pentatonic. And the next string would be normal pentatonic. Next string would be normal pentatonic. But now instead of going to the 8th fret here of the B string, I'm going to play the 9th fret, or sorry, the 7th fret of the B string because that's F sharp. So let's just start over again. So there's the F sharp, there's the F sharp, and then I can either play 2 and 4 with my, or I could slide up and do it like that. And then the next string is just what you normally play for this position's minor pentatonic. Okay, so we have it in really just 2 places here. So the A string and the B string. So slide into that note. Okay? So, I'm not going to go through all the positions. This is something good for those of you who are actually watching this and listening to this whole thing, which I'm sure there's probably 2 people. Joe, maybe you, Joe, are watching this whole thing. Anyway, so if you should work through the rest of them on your own and really make yourself have to see them and find them, right? Another thing too, if you notice that another cool way to add an interest is just to fill in the blanks. This is something, so when I look at this minor pentatonic scale, I'm looking at the notes that aren't being played, right? So on the high E string, on this position, you're playing 7 and 10, right? That's B and D. Well, I can play the C and the C sharp. I could, you get quick at, like playing chromatics. So I'm just, right, I'm trying to, even here on the, I'll turn the backing track on here, you're gonna do this, but on the B string. So I'm just sticking to the pentatonic now, without adding the 9 in. On there we have 8 and 10, so I could play the 9th fret. That note could be added. On the G string, it's 7 and 9. Well, the 8th fret. Same thing on the D string, it's 7 and 9. I could add in the 8th. And then on the A and E string, you would add in 8 and 9 because it's 7 and 10 apiece. So little this bit goes a long ways, right? So let me just see what I can do here with the track. I'm messing around with thinking about adding chromatics in here, okay? Hear that? Okay, so, I'm overdoing it there. Would never probably really do that much, but notice when I had the high E string that I actually used, so instead of just trying to go, what you can do, I like the idea of like playing these 3 chromatically, then getting into it, right? So it just adds a lot of interest, right? By doing that. Now again, you can do that, anywhere. So if I did it here now, so if on the B, on your, main, I guess, your E minor form. So, on the high E string, it's 12 and 15, well, you can add in, So again, I'm adding in the notes that aren't being played, 13th and 14th. Same thing on the B string. And then it would be 13 on the G string, 13 on the D string, 13 on the A string, and then you could do the same, 13 and 14 on the low E string, right? For me, I think it sounds a little bit better when you get on the higher strings of this stuff, but I'll goof around here. So it's here. going to the 9 or 2, the F sharp, right? Right? So you could even move into this position and go like chromatic. Right? So again, I'm just seeing this pentatonic form now. I'm filling the blanks. So on the A and D string, it's 9 and 12, 9 and 12. So I just chromatic to go down 12, 11, 10, 9. But it's that quick little. And same thing on the A string. And then I can go to my root there, right? Okay. Now I'm using finger style here tonight, right? I haven't been using a pick, so I can kind of, you know, I work hard at. I kind of get that choppy. Versus a pick where I can be like. See, I can't help it. I go to hybrid picking now. It just doesn't have the same feel for me for this style of what I'm doing. I can control the attack more when I. See, I went chromatically here. Chromatically.